Hey, friends. Hey, friends. Kamusta po kayo? My name is Attorney Elaine Antonio Bordeaux. I'm based in the U.S. and I've been practicing U.S. immigration law for 15 years. Actually, magsi 16 years na ngayon. And, I'm very happy with what I do for 16 years. I help, of course, mostly yung mga kababayan natin, mga Filipinos who are wanting to migrate or to work in the United States. Okay, live po tayo ngayon and I would like to take this opportunity to answer your questions. Ito po yung mga nasa comment section natin. And wag po kayong maglagay ng mga personal information ha. So there are two ways that you can talk to me if you want to have a private consultation. Mag-email kayo, eb@eboardlaw.com or mag-text 713-315-7793. Ayan. So first and foremost, ako ay uh, para akong paru-paro today because I was inducted as one of the ladies of Damas de Rizal, Las Damas de Rizal in Prague. And then, of course, I'm doing the sculpture of Dr. Rizal in collaboration with a very talented Filipino sculptor, Direk Fritz Silorio. So, malapit na po naming matapos and I'll be posting that. Ito po ay isang monumento that we will be installing sa Colorado Springs. So we're very excited about that. But I want to take time to answer your questions kasi I know that you are waiting. Okay, so ang intention po natin ay to give the right information. Ayan. Pero this is not a substitute or alternative sa actual consultation with your immigration lawyer. Ayan. So if you want to post do sa comment section natin, please do, but do not give out any private information. Ayan. So, first question ko na sasagutin ay from Erwin. Sabi niya, attorney, tanong ko po lang, ay may kakilala akong kaibigan sa US, kinukuha niya po ako bilang manager sa restaurant na kanyang i-open. Sabi niya, ano po ba ang mga requirements and ano po ang kailangan gawin to process ang work visa? So that's a very good question. And it's possible, especially yung mga restaurants that they open like yung Filipino restaurants or even yung mga non-Filipino restaurants. So first that you have to find out is kung anong klaseng visa ang ifa-file for you. Okay. Sa US, ang work visa or employment visa, of course, is initiated by the employer. So silang mag-start ng process for you. So it depends kung anong klase ng visa ang gusto nilang i-apply sa'yo. Temporary ba or permanent? So may mga temporary visas like yung mga H-2B, if it's seasonal, yung mga peak season, may mga restaurants na hindi sila busy for the entire year. So busy lang sila, so say summer or winter, ganyan. Especially yung mga restaurants na pang tourism, 'di ba? So pwede 'yon na temporary. Pwede rin yung mga pang professional, yung mga restaurant manager, yung kailangan mo ng degree to be hired for that position. Ang tawag naman doon ay H-1B, specialized position. Meron ding mga work visa na permanent. Ito yung EB3, say for instance, ay isang klase ng employment-based immigrant visa application for workers na pag kinuha ka ng employer mo, pagdating mo dito ay isa ka ng immigrant. So you have to first know kung ano bang klase ng employment visa ang ifa-file for you. Pangalawa, you have to know yung employer mo, may mga qualifications din siya. Capable ba siya, number one, na magbayad ng isang foreign worker? So usually sa mga employers, dumadaan sila first sa Department of Labor and then sa USCIS, and then yung interview sa Pilipinas, sa ating embassy. So may mga steps yan. Actually, ang employment visa, unlike yung mga family petitions that you can just file, yung marami nagpa-file on their own, medyo complicated and very technical ang employment-based visa. So I will suggest na mag-hire ng employment immigration lawyer. And the way to find yung mga qualified employment immigration lawyer, of course, number one, yung local bar association ng inyong kung saang state nandun yung employer mo. Andyan din yung American Immigration Lawyers Association. I've been a member of AILA since 2008. So for almost 16 years na member ako ng AILA. And doon mo makikita lahat ng mga lawyers na meron kanya-kanya silang mga specialization. Pero ang payo ko, when it comes to employment-based visa application, magkonsulta po ng employment immigration lawyer. Okay? Yan po So let me check muna kung okay ba itong aking video. Hold on Ayan. Okay, good. So, okay po tayo. So next question natin ay from Awesome Girl. I like your name. Sabi niya dito, hello, attorney, I saw your YouTube channel. I just want to ask what to do if yung client ko po virtually gusto na po akong kunin at mag-work sa kanya. Ano po ba ang dapat gawin, yung mga steps ng working visa? So, ganun din po yon. So, kung virtual, siguro virtual assistant ka, and dapat po mag-initiate yung employer mo to sponsor you. So, depende kung anong category. Pwedeng EB3, may processing time. So, this is not really a quick solution, Kasi iba gusto nila, andyan agad yung worker nila. But with the US immigration process, naghihintay ka because limited ang visa available every year kahit sa employment visa. So, yung EB3 program is for employment-based na nagbibigay ng green card din yan sa worker. But it has to be initiated by the employer. Una, dadaan sa Department of Labor because they want to make sure na hindi madadamage or mapaprejudice yung mga American workers. Paano ba nangyayari yon? Nangyayari yon kapag masyadong mababa ang pasweldo sa mga foreign workers. So say for instance, 50,000 ang pasweldo sa mga American dito ang going rate. Tapos biglang i-offer sa'yo 30,000, di ba? So mas pipiliin nila na mag-hire ng mga foreign workers versus the American workers kasi mas mababa kanilang pinapasweldo. So ayaw po ng US immigration yan kasi it will prejudice yung mga American workers. Kaya ang unang step ay sa Department of Labor, and then kapag na-approve po yan, meron po tinatawag na perm process kung saan you have to show na kung magkano ang isusweldo. And then pangalawa ay kung nawalang maapektuhang American workers. And then after that, saka pa lang po i-file sa immigration. So another set of requirements, So napaka-technical po ng employment-based application. So ang payo ko, yung employer mo, siya ang mag-i-initiate ng process at kailangan niyan kumontak ng employment immigration lawyer. Now, the best way to do that is kung saang state siya, may bar, may local bar association, or yung tinatawag nating American Immigration Lawyers Association. So marami po doon nakalista kung sino-sino mga lawyers ang po pwedeng kontakin for employment-based application. And good luck sa iyo and sana matuloy nung employer mo yung pag-sponsor sa iyo. Okay? All right. So ang next question natin, sabi niya ni Jestan, sabi niya, Attorney, paano po ang numerical limitations sa NVC? 2016 po ang priority date ko. Okay. Alright, so meron siyang priority date na 2016. First, kailangan mo alamin kung anong category ka. 'Di ba? Doon sa mga ibang episodes natin, every month halos, we go through this kung kailan na yung priority date, kung anong priority date na yung pinaprocess. So, dun sa mga family preference categories, sila yung hindi immediate relatives. Sila yung naghihintay dahil limited ang visa. The way that you find out kung malapit na yung priority date mo is i-check mo yung visa bulletin. And the way to do that, napakadali po. I-google mo lang visa bulletin ngayong month na to, April 2024. And then it will take you to the website. And then makikita nyo doon kung anong priority date na ang pinaprocess or ipaprocess. So meron akong isang episode. Actually, almost every month I do that. So abangan po ninyo yun kung malapit na yung priority date nyo. So pero doon mo malalaman kung malapit na. And I always explain na talagang naghihintay because limited nga yung visa and ang dami nating mga Filipinos na ini-sponsor. So, 4 na bansa ang napakaraming applications sa US immigration. India, China, Mexico, and the Philippines. Ayan. So, limited yung number ng visa. Kaya, like yung F4, yung kapatid. Diba? Yung kapatid mo, US citizen ka, you can sponsor your brother or sister. Pero ang waiting time niya naman, almost 20 years, diba? Tapos yung anak na over 21 and may asawa, so mahaba rin yung waiting time. But that is the explanation. So I still advise you, yung mga may mga kapatid na US citizen and you want to sponsor your kapatid, or kung may anak ka na married na pero you're a US citizen, ay sponsor nyo pa rin po sila kasi pag nagkaroon siya ng priority date, it means nakaabang na siya. Okay, so darating din yung time na yon na yung priority date niya ay magiging current and that's the time that the visa will be available. Ayan. So yan po yung explanation. So yung iba nagpa-file and then later on, ayan na yung approval, hindi na nila napansin. Kasi wag nyo nang isipin ng isipin yung paghihintay nyo. Once you file it, you let it go and then it will come back. But of course, if there's any change of address, you have to notify immigration. Every time magmo-move kayo, kailangan nyo silang padala ng change of address para when the time comes na yung visa nyo ay nandyan na at na-approve na, they can send the approval notice to the right address. Okay? All right. So, next, ano naman po natin? Next question natin. From Mercy. Sabi ni Mercy, Attorney Elaine, we just got married in December from California po, and anong visa po ang gagamitin ko, spouse or tourist? Kasi po sa Pinas kami magstay, but every year po need po namin magbakasyon sa California. Okay, perfect. Naku, ang saya nun na you actually live in the Philippines pero vacation lang every year. So, kung ang intention is not to live in the United States, so non-immigrant yon. Of course, the best is tourist visa. Yan. So sabi nila, marami bang nadi-deny na asawa? Hindi naman. Kasi nasa intention mo yan eh. So if your intention is to just visit for maybe a month, you don't really have the intention to reside in the United States as an immigrant, then, you go for the non-immigrant visa and a tourist visa will work. So kung wala ka pang tourist visa, you submit an application, kailangan mong i-disclose that you're married to your spouse, na US citizen, ganyan. So be honest, kasi pag hindi honest, ay pwede po ang misrepresentation doon na magiging ground pa para hindi ka mapapasok. So if you really have no intention of residing in the United States, non-immigrant visa. So I always ask my client, ganun din na tatanungin ko, ano po ba yung intention nyo? Do you want to migrate or do you just want to visit? Okay. Now, if the intention is to spend, time in the United States as an immigrant or longer period of time, kasi syempre yung tourist, very minimal lang naman yon. Then the right paperwork po, the right application is an immigrant visa application. Yun nga lang may challenge because if you're already here in the United States, mag-file ng adjustment of status, may proseso rin yon. So sometimes, kung kailangan mo umuwi na agad, so hindi siya ideal. Of course, you can file an advance parole. But kung pabisi-bisita lang, then the tourist visa will work. Kung medyo matagal-tagal yung stay, then, I suggest mag-file na ng immigrant visa application yung spouse mo sa'yo. Okay? Yan. Alright, so next question natin. Ang daming tanong sa work visa. Ask ko lang po kung anong gagawin para ma-hire akong mag-work sa USA. Okay, so I know maraming online applications. I know maraming agencies na nagpa-process ng work visa to the US. Ang mapapayo ko lang po ay mag-ingat kayo sa mga scammers. So only work with licensed recruiters, licensed agencies in the Philippines. I know for one, there was even a time na ang dami kong natatanggap na email about yung mga in-offer na work online na, I think there's a website that you go to and then magsasubmit ka na application. Then all of a sudden sabihin sa'yo, oh, you're hired to work in the United States. We have an employer for you who's willing to sponsor you. Ayan, meron ka na daw employer. And then, so ikaw naman excited na excited ka, di ba? Tapos sasabihin sa'yo, but you have to pay for your medical. Ayan, magbabayad ka ng medical, $300. O kaya, meron na naman babayaran, eto. Tapos meron pa sila na may contact na daw sila sa embassy, no interview, ganyan. So mag-ingat po kayo sa mga ganyan kasi maraming manluloko. Ang lagi ko sinasabi, parang mas marami pang manluloko na work scam kaysa um, love scam. Because sa work scam, anuhin mo lang, i-offer, sasabihin mo lang doon sa tao na, hey, may job ka na, ganyan, tayo namang mga Filipino, sa kagustuhan nating makapunta sa ibang bansa, sige na. Pero yung love scam, liligawan mo pa, di ba? Etong work scam, napaka-easy. So, ibig sabihin ko lang po that there's so many scammers out there. Kaya mag-ingat po kayo lalo na sa mga online applications. If you are in the Philippines, it's still regulated by the Philippine government, so you have to work with the licensed agencies. Okay? There's no such thing as yung mga direct hire na pinagbayad na kayo and then yung visa nyo, andyan na dadaan pa rin po kayo sa requirements na ating bansa. Okay? Kaya po mag-ingat kayo ha. Alright, so ang ating final question, did I answer this na ba? Meron pong question na kung kailan ba po pwedeng, kung kailan daw magka-count. Okay, before that, ito muna tapusin ko ha. Bawal po ba pag may tattoo? Hindi ko alam kung itong tanong na to. I suppose yung mga, if you're applying for a visa or for work, I really don't know the answer. Yung tattoo itself is not bawal, ano? Pero yung iba kasi, di ba, pag may mga markings, but I don't know po kung anong relevance nito, kung bawal ba yung may tattoo. Natawa naman po ako, no? Pero I think what you're trying to say is yung getting a work visa. I don't think that's even important. But I know na when you come to the United States, kung may mga marks kayo or tattoo, nilalagay nila yung sa database nila. And you know why? May mga gangs na may mga klase ng ganun tattoo. So, mag-ingat ka rin sa pagpapatattoo mo kasi baka mamaya yung makopeng tattoo mo ay panggang pala. But that is true kasi when you come into the United States, kung may tattoo ka, ini-indicate po nila yon na mark and then kino-compare nila yon sa mga tattoos na like say for instance yung number one is yung gangs. Yan. So meron silang mga klase ng mga marks. But that's the only relevance that I can see here. But generally, of course, hindi naman bawal ang tattoo. Okay? In fact, here sa US, sa Colorado, itong town namin, napakaraming tao na may mga tattoo and it's not a big deal, and they're so beautiful. May mga kulay-kulay, ganyan. And, it's not a big deal. It's not like you're a criminal kung meron ka na nun. So, it's okay. But I also know that there are states na hindi common yung ganung mga klase. So, depende po kung nasan state kayo, depende po kung nasaan lugar kayo. Pero generally po, sa immigration, di naman siya bawal eh. But as I said, kung meron kang tattoo, kino-compare po yan dun sa mga, kung ano-anong mga, yung mga tattoo na say for instance, mga para sa gangs, ganyan. So, doon may relevance po yun. Okay. And another one is, meron pong question dito, sabi niya, from Gian Quirino, sabi niya, attorney, gusto ko po sanang mag-ask, paano mag-umpisa kung kukunin ako ng fiancé ko dyan sa Australia? Paano po ang pag-umpisa ng proseso at magkano ang dapat bayaran? Okay po, si Attorney Elaine ay lawyer po dito sa US. So I can only share kung ano po yung proseso ng US immigration law. Okay, so ang pag-sponsor po ng fiancé, number one, sa Amerika po only US citizens can sponsor a fiancé. So kung yung fiancé mo ay green card pa lang, sabihin mo sa kanya mag-US citizen muna. Number two, may proseso po yan. So dapat po nagkita kayo within 2 years. So dapat binisita ka, hindi yung pwedeng online lang, tapos hindi kayo nagkita, tapos fiancé visa na agad. So it's not gonna work. Sayang po ang pera pagka ganun. So dapat nakita kayo, and then ifa-file po niya yung petition niya uh, para sa iyo bilang fiancé sa immigration. Doon sa petition na yon, patutunayan na US citizen siya at totoong meron kayong relationship at totoong may intention kayo to get married. So yan yung number one rule sa fiancé visa. No? Paano pag wala namang intention to get married? So sa fiancé visa po, ina-allow ng immigration na papasukin ka sa Amerika on a non-immigrant visa para magkaroon kayo ng opportunity to decide within 90 days kung mag-aasawa po kayo. Pero may intention kayo dapat na magpakasal, tapos within 90 days you have to get married, okay? So, kaya nga merong show na 90-Day Fiancé. Actually, gusto ko yung show na yun. Kakatapos lang yung season. And, pag napapanood ko siya, nakakatuwa. But 90 days ka lang meron to marry kung sino yung petitioner mo. Yung petitioner mo dapat. And if after that, if a file po yung adjustment of status, okay, application. Pero doon sa 90 days, paano kung hindi kayo magkatuluyan? Yan. So what happens is, yun conditional kasi yun babalik ka sa iyong bansa. So dapat magpakasal kung, of course, dapat ano yun, decision yun, not just because of your immigration status. Pero ang intention nyo is to live together bilang mag-asawa sa US, and that's okay. Alright, so yun po kaya manood kayo ng 90-Day Fiancé kasi nakakatuwa siya yung mga challenges nila. 'Di ba may mga cultural challenges, number one, especially tayo Filipino, mag-aasawa ng Amerikano. And although very familiar tayo sa culture ng mga Americans, of course, and matagal na nila tayong ally, ay when you actually come to the United States, ibang-iba pa rin. So, isa yun sa mga adjustments na kailangan nating matutunan if we want to survive in the United States. Of course, marami mga personal differences, cultural differences, but of course, if you love each other and you're willing to make it work, then, magtatagumpay naman kayo. But, so yun po ang tinatawag na K1 visa process po. Now, kung nag-decide na kayo na magpakasal, so within 90 days mag-decide kayo, magpapakasal kayo, first, ang intention nyo talaga to get the fiancé visa is magpakasal, okay? So that's number one. Pagdating nyo dito, within 90 days, you have to get married. Okay? Kung hindi, ay matatapos ang yung visa, and then you have to go back to the Philippines. Okay, pero pag nagpakasal na kayo, then may another paperwork na ifa-file. Ito po ay yung adjustment of status, and then magiging permanent resident ka na or green card holder. Ayan. So yan ang proseso ng fiancé visa, and as I said, only US citizens can sponsor a fiancé. Yan. Okay, so minsan nga pag may nagkukonsulta sa akin, sabi ko, alamin mo muna kung yung fiancé mo ay green card holder or US citizen. Okay, kasi importante yon. Pwede po ba ang same-sex relationship sa fiancé visa? Pwede. Kasi valid naman ang same-sex marriage dito sa US at sa maraming bansa sa buong mundo. Tayo sa Pilipinas ay hindi pa valid, but when it comes to US immigration, valid naman ang same-sex marriage. So, pwede ka ring mag-sponsor ng iyong fiancé na same-sex. And dadaan din po siya sa proseso na parang hindi same-sex marriage. So, parang normal lang na proseso. So, don't worry kung same-sex relationship kayo kasi maraming natatakot, o baka ma-hold ako sa US Embassy. So, no. So, the US Embassy will recognize that because the US government, the US immigration law, and the US law actually recognize same-sex marriages. Okay? All right. Ang dami natin na pag-usapan, ha? Okay, so next time po ulit, I will answer your questions. If you want to just, ask the questions sa comment section, general question lamang. But if you want to schedule a private consultation with me, mag-email kayo eb@eboardlaw.com or mag-text 713-315-7793. Ayan. Yan po ang ating episode today. And kung hindi pa po kayo nakapag like and subscribe, please do Attorney Immigration Lawyer, and then yung Facebook page natin, US Pinay Lawyer. And ako po si Attorney Elaine.